I'm going to share with you our menu for the week. I have a system for meal planning that has been a lifesaver that I learned from Andrea Mills. So I will have a link to her channel and her video below or on an iCard above. So stay tuned. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Clara Cookie Crumb Funds. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm glad you chose to watch this today. And this is my meal planning video. And in it, I'm going to share with you what we're going to be eating this week. Now, my menu from last week got a little tweaked and a little mixed up because one, I forgot to buy the items for the soup that I had on the menu. And so I just scratched that, and we had, I believe I made waffles that night for the children. And then the, or something, I don't know, it was something like that. And then there was, Tuesday of that week, I had a cold. And it's like, I had a cold on Sunday, like for half a day. It was amazing. It hit me for like half the day, seriously. I woke up in such a brain fog, and my nose was running. And then by the end of the day, I was fine. The resting all day really helped. Woke up Monday, I was fine. Going right before bedtime, it hit me again, and it was worse than it was Sunday. And my husband was away at a pastors and workers conference, so it's not like he could be here to put the kids away, you know. So I was like, bedtime, bedtime, bedtime. Anyway, so Tuesday I basically stayed in bed all day with that cold, and I just like that brain fog was there. You know how it is. The brain wasn't working. I couldn't concentrate. You know, I tried to watch videos on YouTube. I had no idea what I watched and what I did. So I ended up just laying there all day most of the day. But my children, we had food in the house, and I have older teenagers, so they're able to get everybody, keep everybody and everything in order. So that was helpful, and I am blessed for that fact. But so dinner that night was, I think I let them have cereal for dinner. I told them you can have cereal, you can make foods that you have for lunch. So there you go. That's what we did. And then Wednesday, I had chicken and slow cooker, and we had tacos, which was, I think, supposed to be Tuesday's dinner, where it was chicken and some cream cheese, something like that, some sort of cheesy chicken. Yeah, here it is right here. Creamy cheesy chicken in the slow cooker. So we just turned it into tacos is what we did. And I used a low-carb mission tortilla for mine, and it was delicious. So anyway, this week's menu was taken out of my cards. I have these cards that I have, these 3x5 card file folder thing, and in it I have listed all sorts of meals, like this one, for example, that we had for Wednesday. I write on it what the meal is, where I find the meal, whether it's a slow cooker meal or not, and a few side ideas, and if I want to have dessert with it or not, and then some options for my children because they don't eat the Trim Healthy Mama. I make them, you know, biscuits and things like that. So that's just an example. And then I write S to E, fuel pull, whatever it is. And so I have all of those written on 3x5 cards right here, and I put them in there, and I just take it out. I take it out of the box, and I take the next, let's see, I have meals for Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so 4 meals I need to take out, because Sunday we do leftovers and freezer meals, whatever's in the freezer, and then Thursdays we always have cereal because it's our church night, and I explained that in another video. And they don't eat cereal, so don't judge me. My children don't eat cereal for breakfast every day. They have cereal twice a week, but that day I was sick, you know, it helps out. And so they have cereal, and then Fridays always pizza. So those are our 3 days that we always have the same things to eat. And, you know, you guys have Taco Tuesdays or Pasta Mondays or something like that. That's how we are. We do it that way. And so I take out, and then I just take out one for Saturday, and then Monday, Tuesday, whatever's next. I don't go through it and pick and choose whatever it is that we want or whatever I feel like. But I would, if there's a thing where it's always chicken or it's all ground beef, I might move one back a couple cards to even that part out. But because I just whipped them together, mixed them up, and then you just take what's next. But that's the joy of this one. You know, the ease of it is like, if you don't want that, if it's too expensive and it's a low budget week, you can just move it back. Like I had a lasagna one week, and I'm like, I don't want to spend the noodles and the cheese and all that stuff. I didn't want to spend the money on all those items. So what I did was I moved it back, and then we're just having it this week because they've been begging for lasagna. So it just so happens that it's this week. So what I do is I take out the 4 cards that we're going to eat. So on Thursdays, we always have cereal. So I write down a card for that Thursday on there. You don't have to do it for a day like Taco Tuesday. You just have nothing. And then we always have pizza on Fridays. So I just wrote that for Pizza Fridays, just a little bit creative. And so for Saturday, I'm going to make that tomato soup in the slow cooker like I was going to make on this last Monday. I forgot to buy all the ingredients. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then see, like, we're going to have cookies. So I'm just going to write down a little, make some Trim Healthy Mama cookies so that they can be for my husband and I also. And some bread for the children. I'll make them homemade breadsticks, something like that. All right, so that's on Saturday. And then Sunday, we have leftovers, anything that we can find in the freezer. There's always something. I just made a whole bunch of freezer burritos, so they'll probably end up eating those. And then Monday, am I missing a card? Nope. Monday, we're going to have the lasagna. So I'm going to make a small lasagna, half a size one for my children. And then I'm going to make a half a size also of the Trim Healthy Mama Lazy Lasagna for my husband and I. And that is so good. If you're on Trim Healthy Mama and you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend this recipe. It is so good. There's no noodles in it. And it's on page 140 of the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook. So if you'd like to try that, check out the cookbook. It's on page 140. So I'm going to make biscuits for the kids and have a side salad with it, and make regular biscuits for them, and probably Trim Healthy Mama bread in a mug or something for my husband and I. All right. So I'm really looking forward to Monday's dinner. That's going to be so good. And then on Tuesday, we're going to have light coconut curry. This is also a slow cooker meal, and this will be a new meal that I haven't tried yet. And it's going to be an e-meal. We're going to have it with quinoa or brown rice. I haven't decided yet. I haven't had quinoa in a while, so I might just get that. But I already have brown rice, so I don't know. And I'm going to make cornbread for the kids. And see, this is an e-meal, so we won't have any bread with it. Unless I can figure out some sort of fuel. But I think the Swiss bread is a fuel pull if I want bread with it. So this is in the old Trim Healthy Mama book, the original one on page 313. So it is a slow cooker meal. And so I'm going to look that recipe up and write down the ingredients. So see how helpful it is finding where it is, writing where it is. Like if it's on Pinterest, you can write what board it's under or what cookbook you have it in. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have hamburgers. Now our grill is not ready for cooking food yet. It still has to get cleaned out from sitting out there all winter. And fries and fruit, you know, for the children. And then I'll probably maybe make a coleslaw. I think I should write coleslaw on here so my husband and I can have something like that to go with the hamburgers. And sweet potato fries would be a crossover. I don't want to do that. I've been losing weight pretty good, so I want to have no crossovers right now. So J. Merle Stewart has these foil packet hamburgers that she's been making, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy some ground beef when I go to Winco later, and I'm going to try these. I got to get some more aluminum foil. I got to remember that too. Should watch this video as a reminder of everything I need to buy, right? I should have brought my list up here with me. So I'm going to use the foil packets and make them this way. And they cook for about an hour in the oven at like 400, I think it is. If I got to watch her video again just to check it out to make sure I got it all right. And I'm looking forward to this. In her last video, she put onions on top of it, and like that looked so good. And then you put cheese on afterwards. I'm going to stuff it, I think, with cheese and bacon, though. Doesn't that sound good? If I stuff them with shredded cheese and some cut-up bacon, that sounds really good. My kids would all eat it, too. All 7 of them would eat it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change that to bacon cheddar cheeseburgers. Bacon cheeseburgers. Oh, I need to eat before I go shopping. Anyway, so that's our meal plan for this week. And they are all Trim Healthy Mama dinners. I do not meal plan for breakfast or lunch. At lunchtime, I buy a general types of food that we always have on hand, you know, that the children enjoy for lunches, and that's what they eat. Then breakfast is, I usually cook something from scratch, whether we have muffins or they really like having coffee cake. Like, I know coffee cake isn't like the best, healthiest breakfast, but don't we eat donuts for breakfast? I mean, I don't, but people do, right? That's kind of like eating a donut, but it's homemade, so it's way better for you. So this morning, my son asked for coffee cake, so I found this, the recipe that I had used last time that turned out really good, and it smells amazing. It smells like cinnamon rolls. My 16-year-old came inside and goes, "Mom, it smells like you're making cinnamon rolls." And they gobbled that cake up, and I bet he probably could eat half of it if I let him. But that's how teenagers are, right? So that's kind of like what we do for breakfast. We don't have cereal except on Sundays for breakfast. And or if case like if I'm ill or something, or maybe I'm not here. I don't know. I'm always here, so I guess that's not a fact. And I'm hardly, that was the first time I've been sick in over a year or so. Anyway, so breakfasts are usually something that I make, and you know, we'll have waffles, we'll have pancakes, we'll have eggs. We have eggs a lot, especially right now. I just got eggs for $5.39, I think, for 5 dozen at Costco. I bought 2 on Wednesday. I was amazed. I was shocked. I ran around the corner. I was like, no way, they're under $6. Because I just paid last week. I paid $8.79 or 89 cents for 5 dozen. So I got my eggs for $1 a dozen. I am overjoyed. Well, just over $1 a dozen, but still, okay? Super cheap for California. If you have chickens, count your blessings, right? I would love to have some chickens one day. So that is my menu plan, and that is what we're eating. And since I have the cards out, I keep them in the very front here. I have a little section called menu, and that is where I put the cards for the week to hold them up so they don't get mixed up with the other ones. And then I just close it back up and put it away. I go through my cookbooks. I write down everything that I need for each recipe if I don't have it. And then I use my happy planner right here for my menu planning. And what I do is I write down what we're going to eat for the week. I just write it down on the bottom there. So I will write, so like right here, pizza. So I'll write down Saturday's meal, and then Sunday I got to come up with something to bring to church on Sunday because we have potluck at church. And then I will write it down in the bottoms down here for the week up until Wednesday. So anyway, that's how it works for us. We menu plan from Thursday to Wednesday because my husband gets paid on Wednesdays, and then we usually go shopping on Wednesday nights, and our church is on Thursdays and not Wednesdays. So if it was the other way around, I'd probably end up going on Thursdays. We used to go on Monday. So thank you so much for watching this video on my menu planning. I hope it was able to help you get some Trim Healthy Mama meal planning ideas. And don't forget to check the link below for the way Andrea Mills does her meal planning, because it's been so helpful. You don't have to think. You just got to take the cards out and go buy the food. So it's real helpful. And it's a great way to plan our meals, and it's very easy. And you just write down all the foods that you ever eat, you know, for dinners. And I'm really enjoying it. Thank you, Andrea. I love it. So anyway, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Give me a thumbs up. And I will see you next time with a brand new video. Be a blessing.